other things which I want to ask you just before we go to the next topic we have, which I'm super excited about. Just let us know if you can choose 3 events in your life, which were the biggest. I know it's hard. I know there are a lot, but just try to choose 3 events which are the biggest, which were the biggest catalyst, so that you can be who you are today. And what are the lessons you got from these 3 events?
Mm-hmm. So I think the first one is the story I shared of at 7, watching that movie, Return to Eden. I think the biggest takeaway for me is it helped me discover my why. What's my purpose? And when you know what you stand for, when you know your purpose, it gives you an energy and a clarity and a focus that is almost hard to describe. Some people say, well, you're just doing so much and you've got so much energy. That comes from knowing your purpose, knowing what you stand for, knowing why you get out of bed in the morning. So for me, that's important. And it's something that I come back to again and again, just staying rooted in why am I here. It's also why I tell that story so often. It's a way of reminding myself even of what my purpose is and the power of it, the importance of it. So that's one. I'd say the second significant event happened. So I mentioned earlier on, I've got 3 boys, and my second boy, I think when he was around about 6, he had this obsession with the number 100. And once I was driving him to school and he said, Dad, you're going to live to be 100. And I'm 30 years older than him. So I imagine like, oh, I'm 100 and I'll be walking around with a walking stick or a Zimmer frame, and he's 70. So he'll probably be doing the same thing, walking around. So we're 2 old guys, gray haired, walking around. But it then reminded me of one of the activities that Stephen Covey gets people to do in his book. Just imagine your funeral. Imagine begin with the end in mind. And at your funeral, your loved ones are there. What are they going to say about you? And I pictured that. And I remember thinking about that activity, but I don't remember doing it. And it was at this point when my son said this, I thought, I need to write this down. I need to write my eulogy. I need to write down, what do I want my kids, what do I want my wife to say about me someday? And I've written it. And some people might think, oh, that's morbid. Obi, you're thinking about your death? Absolutely, I'm thinking about my death. Because I want to live purposefully. I want to live with a focus. I don't know. I mean, none of us know that they say that the 2 things are certain in life, right? Taxes and your death. Yeah. And I just know. So each day I review that regularly, and I'm constantly thinking, okay, am I moving in this direction? Am I living in such a way? Mark Twain says, live in such a way that when you die, even the undertaker will be sorry, right? It's like, wow, man, we've lost someone great. And it's not about me trying to give myself a big head, but just saying, I feel like we're all on earth for a short time, and let's live and make the most difference that we can and live with as much purpose as possible. And then I'd say the final thing perhaps is, I mean, there are several, so many that I could remember, but one more recent has been my mum's Alzheimer's. So I said that I didn't grow up with my dad. I grew up with my mum. Mum and dad divorced when I was 7, and then my dad actually died when I was 13, 12 or 13. So mum has been a huge pillar and rock in my life, and it's been really, really painful. I mean, really painful, just seeing the Alzheimer's just take her, and the dementia and the loss. And there have been so many tears, but it's, I guess that the one of the lessons from that even is that, you know, life is short and you never know what's going to happen. And it's important to live with a love and a connection to the people who matter to us. It's also taught me that regardless of what's going on around me, that my real strength comes from within, and from the memories and from the love and from the purpose and the connection that I have with others. And I've had to work hard just to be resilient and vulnerable and authentic. And as I've navigated just the challenge of seeing my mum's decline, and help me still be strong and still serve people in a way that's purposeful, even when life is throwing a lot of pain and challenge your way. So those are some. I could share more, but